Of mourning, and a lot of activities have been taking place right across the country, but one place that's been a focal point really, with just under 2 days to go, tributes have continued to pour in for Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela, who died last week, and mourners have since her death been visiting her home in Orlando West in Soweto to pay their last respects. Well, one person who's been there and been monitoring the movements has been Manqoba Mchunu, who's there, and he joins us now. Manqoba, a delegation from the Zulu royal household, I believe, was expected to arrive at the home today. Have they? Have you seen them?
Yes, indeed, Peter. I can confirm that that delegation did arrive at the house just shortly before 3 o'clock this afternoon, and of course sent by the Zulu King himself to come and pay tributes to the late struggle icon. And of course, they didn't come alone. They came with the IFP leader, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and of course a gift from the Zulu King himself, which was a gift of 4 cows. And this, they say, is a token of respect for the late struggle icon. But just shortly, they just left the house, and they did speak to us, indicating to us that indeed the Zulu King was indeed saddened by the passing of Mama Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela, and saying that the reason why they brought this gift is because they've had a long-standing relationship with the Mandela family, saying that it started really at the time when King Cyprian Zulu was the king of the Zulu kingdom, saying that Mandela himself was an advisor to the king, and of course that relationship is still going on until now. And they say that this they wanted to do to show that they really were saddened by the death of Mama Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela. And of course they've just left now, and they're saying that the king himself will not be able to attend the funeral, but of course the gift that is brought forward sure does indicate that he is very saddened by the passing of Mama.
Well, we also understand that Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu also visited the family, and of course he lived not too far away from that house in his day. Did you manage to speak to him?
Well, Peter, he did arrive at the house, but he was quickly whisked away. I think he only stayed for about an hour inside the house together with his wife, Leah. But they didn't speak to the media. They just were whisked away, and they left the home. And of course, you can imagine the sadness that they also feel at this time, knowing that the Tutus and Mandelas have always had a close relationship, having been neighbors at Vilakazi Street. And of course, one can only wonder the sense of sadness that they're feeling. But of course, they were also here to pay tribute to the late struggle icon, and of course speaking to the daughters Zinzi and Zinani inside the house to share their sympathies with the family.
We also understand that there's a church service that's currently taking place there. What can you tell us a little about that?
Well, Peter, certainly I can confirm that a church service has been taking place this afternoon. But before the church service began, we saw some of the social workers gathering to come and pay tribute to Mama Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela, saying that indeed she was a shining example in the sphere or in the job of social work, saying that they were indeed coming here to pay their tribute for the late struggle icon. That was followed by a church service. We saw among them Mama Bomanyano, which Mama Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela was a part of, also praying for the family and also reading some messages of condolences for the family. And of course, we're expecting a bigger memorial service to be held tomorrow. In fact, a night vigil to take place tomorrow ahead of that special official funeral, which will be held on Saturday. But of course, an outpouring of love that we've seen here outside as people continue to come here. You can see behind me another group arriving now here to come and pay tribute, to write on that condolences book. And it's been pretty much like this the whole afternoon, Peter. We saw also different political parties, the NFP as well as members of the ACDP, also coming here outside the home to pay their tribute. The leader of the NFP, Zanele Kamagwaza Msibi, also being represented by the Secretary General, saying that Mama Winnie Mdikizela-Mandela indeed was a shining example to women of this country, and that they are going to emulate her example going forward as women. So of course throngs of people still continuing to arrive here to pay their tributes.
And perhaps as a final question, I mean, you've been there for a number of days now, and as we start counting down, I suppose people have got one last opportunity tomorrow and the very latest to pay their last respects. What's been the mood, do you think, over the days, getting closer and closer to the final send-off?
I think, Peter, what I've seen is that it's been more of a celebration. People have been coming here, singing struggle songs. They've been writing messages for Umama, and of course also speaking to us, the media, saying that Umama was such a great individual, praising her, saying that indeed she had given her all to the struggle. They say that this is a life they want to remember. This is the life that they want to celebrate going forward because of the selfless service that she had done, and saying that, of course, she has not died, but she has multiplied, and that the youth certainly needs to learn a lot from the shining examples of people like Mama Mandela. And of course, many saying that she might be gone, but she will not be forgotten, and certainly saying that they will continue to emulate her example and continue to ensure that they shine, they continue to do good in their communities in honor of the late struggle icon. So, Peter, as you can hear behind, struggle songs still going on, showing that really indeed people are here to celebrate rather than mourn this iconic giant struggle figure.
Okay, Manqoba, that's where we'll leave it. Thanks very much indeed for that update, and we'll get a little bit more from him during the course of the evening. Well, Kishni.